Okay, there we go. So how did you get into the modeling business?
I got into the modeling business. I was on a show 11 years ago when I first started. It was called Dangerous Minds. Tommy Hilfiger saw me on Dangerous Minds. Actually, his people did. They were looking for a new black male model. And I went on a bunch of auditions. 7 callbacks later, I ended up booking my first Tommy Hilfiger campaign. The rest was history.
Wow. What have you learned from being an international supermodel?
What I've learned about being a model is just to really be yourself, because some of the biggest campaigns I've been able to book because of my personality. It wasn't because I was the best looking dude or whatever, but I went in there and I was myself and I was very comfortable. And I know how to sell clothes. I think what makes me so good as a model is most models think it's about them. It's not about you. It is all about the clothes. So when I do runway, I bring that flavor that nobody else is going to bring because I know how to sell clothes. And I think that's a gift. You gotta, it's something you got to just have.
You made a great accomplishment by being the first black male model to land a spot for Louis Vuitton campaign. How was that feeling for you? Did you feel like you made a huge impact in the modeling world?
Yeah, I mean, doing an editorial campaign like that for Louis Vuitton, it was really cool because they've been around since 1952, and they had never had a black male model before. So, to be the first to really do something like that was it was fun, and they're a great brand. I mean, they're a great luxury brand that everybody loves. So it was great.
Well, you're known as one of the top 10 supermodels in the world and the international face of Tommy Hilfiger for 6 years. Is there any pressure to keep your high status as being a model, supermodel?
No, because I never really fall into the hype. Everything that I've gotten in my life, the biggest jobs I've ever gotten were jobs that I didn't try hard for. All the jobs that I want so bad and I try hard for, they never happen. So it just shows me that when God has something for you, it's just going to happen, and you just got to kind of chill and go with the flow.
Well, who are your favorite designers?
My favorite designers are Jesus. It's a clothing line out of Canada, GSUS. Rudsack, RUDSAK, Rudsack. It's a leather line. I love Diesel. Levi's, and of course, Tommy Hilfiger.
Well, what is your current inspiration for style? Is it a blend of American urban aesthetic with the UK's influence, or is it just London streetwear?
I call myself UK vintage with a little bit of, urban. Because I'm from the UK. I wear nothing but mostly vintage stuff unless I'm going to a nice event. But I'm still urban. I still got the chains and, the flavor and the boots and stuff. So call it UK vintage urban. That's Sam for you.
To many people, fashion and music goes hand in hand. How does your music inspire your fashion?
For me, it really does, because my album's called Music of the Future. And in my album, I definitely talk a lot about fashion. Being at L'Oreal Fashion Week, having a fashion style, having models around. So most of my album is heavily influenced by fashion, because that's the life I live.
Well, you currently have a hit single blazing the radio charts in the U.S. and the U.K. called On One. What was your first reaction to hearing your music on the radio?
Actually, Fire. Fire is On One we released last year, and it blew up in Asia. But right now, the single we're pushing is Fire, and that just hit radio 2 weeks ago, and it's getting great responses. I just performed at Magic Mountain for 20,000 kids 2 nights ago for grad night. So right now, Fire is the one that we're pushing. And the response for me has been the best ever of any song I've ever had.
As an artist in the UK, do you feel that there is a barrier for UK MCs to cross over to America for success?
For me personally, I've been in the US since I was a kid, so I don't consider myself like a UK artist, even though I'm a UK guy. My flavor and everything about me is UK, but I still have, when it comes to rhyming, I'm definitely like a US cat. But I do think it's probably hard for some UK people to cross over, but it's happening more. Maybe not MCs, but like Estelle and, different people like that are coming over and kind of doing their thing now. UK is doing very good in the US.